Hello there, I'm Mel. I am a 29-year-old mom of a gorgeous 5-year-old boy who is into everything. He absolutely loves performing. He loves magic, he loves dancing, he loves singing, he loves Batman. He loves Superman. He loves absolutely everything, and I think it's so amazing how he's very into all these new activities and new ones every single week. And he's also very into dressing up like Elsa, and dressing up like Cinderella, and his new favorite one is, we just watched Beauty and the Beast, so he always wants to dress like Belle. So he loves dressing like a Disney princess and loves wearing dresses and loves wearing capes. So he's very much always in costume. So every single time we go out, he is in some sort of costume. So it kind of goes between the wizard costume and the Belle costume and the Elsa costume. So over the years of learning how to be a parent, because I know I've read I don't know how many books before I had him and all these things, I never really prepared myself or even knew how to prepare myself for the amazing person he would be. And one of the things that I absolutely love about him is that he does love all of these things. He doesn't just love Batman, he also loves Elsa. He doesn't just love Spider-Man, he also loves, wearing tiaras and having like magic wands and dressing in his fairy wings. So I have struggled as a parent to figure out the right way to make sure he knows that I am nurturing and admiring and loving his interests, which can be Batman or Elsa or anything he wants, and then trying to maneuver not just how to handle other people, but how to handle other kids and how to handle other parents. So one of the things that I really struggled with as a parent to an amazing young boy who likes to dress up in a dress, I would say 4 times a week everywhere he goes, is actually what I found the most surprising was the remarks that I get from people walking down the street. So, the older generation, younger generation, people my age, men, women, I've had many people say things to me, and then what I also find really weird is say things like under their breath as they're walking by. I've had people say, shame on you. I've had people ask me, isn't he a boy? I've had people, we went to like this superhero thing, and somebody was like, who's your favorite superhero? And he's like, Elsa. And they're like, that's not a superhero. Or why would you like Wonder Woman? And so it's all these things, which by the way, I find it really weird that people would actually have a conversation or what I would see as like a negotiation or argument with a 5-year-old child about what he's wearing, what he likes. So that's a whole other subject, but it is really interesting to see that people are very open to their opinions of what this 5-year-old is wearing, and because it makes them feel uncomfortable or they don't know what to say. And I always thought that if I would have to worry about other kids in the playground, which you always hear about, bullying him or things like that, and he deals with the situations really well. Like there's been some instances where he has said, hey, my friend told me that I'm not allowed to wear dresses. Because dresses are for girls. And I always say, well, do you see girls wearing pants? He goes, yes. And I said, so is that okay? He's like, yes. And I said, most importantly, does wearing dresses make you feel happy? And he goes, yes. And I said, well, that's it. You can decide to do and wear what you'd like, as long as it makes you feel happy and comfortable. It's not hurting anybody physically. You're fine. And then there's, the other side of it, because he deals with that really well. He goes up to the kids and he goes, well, this makes me happy, and then the other kid goes, okay, and then they're friends again and they go off and run away. But as an adult, we deal with all this pride that we have built in us, to where I've had many people come up to me on the street while I'm with him and say, well, that's a shame, or why is he wearing that? And one, I would never ever go up to somebody and say those things. I would never judge their parenting. I would never shame them for their parenting. And two, the audacity to go up to somebody and just say, like, I just don't like what you're wearing. It's not okay. That's just so, it fathoms me. But there was always a part of me that I want to, while I'm walking, holding hands with my son, he's so happy, and they come up, or they're passing by and they're looking at him, and then they whisper to each other and like, oh, that's a shame. Yes, it's a whole big part of me that wants to go up to you and tell you off. But I can't, because my son would see that and he wouldn't view it as, oh, that person's got, a big mouth but a small mind. They wouldn't think that. He would think, well, my mom's upset, so I'm assuming, and that person's upset and has something to do with my dress. So in his mind, because he's sweet and he's loving and he cares about me, he would go, oh, well, I just won't wear this anymore, which means that then everything's over and the conversation's done and nobody has to worry about, fighting. And that's the last thing I want him to deal with. Like, these adult situations are something he should not have to deal with for a while. But this is the thing. I get a lot of people telling me that I have put him in a situation where he's being bullied, or I'm setting him up for failure because of what I'm allowing him to dress like. I see it differently. I see it as, if he chooses to wear a dress for the rest of his life, if he chooses a certain lifestyle, if he doesn't choose a certain lifestyle, if he decides that he doesn't want to wear a dress anymore next week, if he decides to wear only Batman outfits next week, I want him to know, whatever decision he chose, that from the beginning his parents loved and nurtured exactly who he was right away. We loved exactly who we were right from the beginning. And when I'm no longer here to defend him or to tell those people off on the side of the street, if he's still wearing dresses, I want to know that, regardless of what I left him in life. So let's say I left him like a house and, not so much of my fine jewelry, because I don't have any, that I want to know that what I left in him is really important. I think it's more important to know that, focus what more you leave in your kids and less of what you leave to your kids, because what I want to know is I want to instill in him to be himself, to be comfortable, to express who he is, because you're not going to make everyone happy all the time. I know this. I've never made every single person happy, but at the end of the day, my decisions and my choices are who I am, and I want him to know, you express yourself and those people who love you. So yeah, that's probably one of the biggest challenges I've had with this situation that I'm in as a parent, when there was nothing about it when I started to really get into this new chapter of his life of wearing dresses and dressing up. I really tried really hard to look into things, and I couldn't find anything about it. So if you have a story that you want to share with me, or that you think would be helpful to other moms out there in the same situation, let me know. Share your story, share, the good, the bad, and it's always good doing this together. I love hearing everyone else's stories and advice on how to do this, because like I said before, this is very new. I'm learning the process, but yeah. If you are interested, there's lots of more stories to come when it comes to the stage of his life. So I'm looking forward to sharing them all with you.